So what am I doing? I don't know. I don't remember. What was the last thing I did? I beat up Shedinja. I remember that. Right, I remember. I'm going to the Forest of Magic. I'm going to the Forest of Magic. I am going to go to Alice's house, and I am going to fight more battles. I have recalled. And the quickest way to Alice's house is through Cordindo. Alright, let's go. There are two places in here. The first, one of them is to the right or left of Alice's house. If I can find that. And the other one is to the north. In usually a dead-end area, so I'll see. I think there's also water here. You know, for the longest time, I thought that this part of the Forest of Magic and the other part of the Forest Magic were connected by water, but they're like two separate areas that don't connect at all. Kind of weird. So there's water here, right? And I always thought like, oh, okay, it'll take me to the Marissa spot where Marissa's house is, and it doesn't do that. Where... Oh, maybe it does. Where am I? Where am I? A human here of all places. You know what's interesting about the Touhou 1 release? Is that the name has changed. It's called Akumaju Remilia now, instead of Komajo Densetsu. It's still Scarlet Symphony, but I didn't even notice that. But it got a name overhaul. Fear of Konami. Well, that's a reasonable fear when you think about it. All right. I know she's nature, but I don't know what to do about it. I'll just hit every button and hope one of them works. Okay. Very good. Holy shit, nope. That was bad too. Alright. Fine, fine. Just every button. I guess she's nature warped. Fear of Konami. Well, come on. We know why people are afraid of Konami. Because Konami is definitely the company to be like, hey, you see that fun you're having? We're gonna have to ask you to stop. Nintendo too, they do it too. Deltarune. Oh yeah, so Chot, I don't know anything about Deltarune. I never played it, but yesterday or the day before, I don't really remember which day it was. But that just got announced, and it was like, yeah, this is coming in 2 days now, and I was like, oh, neat. So that's coming out soon. Well, I don't know exactly when. No offense, but yeah, it doesn't really interest me too much. But there are definitely a lot of people who are excited for that, and I can understand why. All right, I think I made it to the backdoor dimension first. While doing this. It's pretty amazing how it happened, right? Because it was just like, it just kind of showed it off. And was like, yeah, by the way, this is coming out now. Comes out in a few hours. So once you finish it, what happens then? Is it over? Or do you have to wait 4 more years for the next one? Speaking of that, Chad, I have been investing a lot of time in what I'm currently working on because the new video's out, as you already know. I finished that video some time ago because my morning schedules were just so good for working on it, and I just really powered through it, I suppose, and then it ended up being 35 minutes long. And the editing took a while because the splash screens I made up for the characters took quite a significant amount of time on their own. But it was fun to do them. And I'm glad I did them. But holy shit, that took a while. So yeah, the thumbnail was done last night. And then I put it together before I went to bed. And then I uploaded it basically when I got up. So there's some grass here. Just a bunch of Doramis though, that's all. Just Dorami. There we go. The Okina banner is not live in my time zone. Dorami's still the only one. Kyusen. My name is Kyusen of the 10 whatevers. Before we get to business, I have a little message. Thanks, everyone. Really, all the players, the creators of the game, obviously, and everyone who helped make the mod. You're the people that made those moments worth living. This is a game that made me meet so many people I'm very close to now, so I'm really grateful to all of you. Now, with that out of the way, I feel a lot lighter. I suppose we could have a battle or two. I'll have you know that I'm quite a durable opponent. All right, here we go. Kyusen. All right. And that is an immediate victory. I'm also 9 levels higher than it. And you're dead. Goodbye. See you later. What? I don't know what type you are anymore. She knows what move I picked. That's fine. That's fine. This is fine. This is fine. You're dead to this, right? Right? This is good against you. No? I don't know what that is. Oh, toxic. Okay. Do it again. It's a defensive team. Ah, stall is fun. Yes, very fun. I have fun. Extra Koishi. Warped. Something. Well, Keiki's now on a timer, so I'm just gonna press the button until one of us dies. Looks like it's gonna be me in a second, but buttons are being pressed. Crit. No, they cheat in this game. The AI in this game works like the Pokemon Red, Blue, Ruby, Sapphire, not Red, Blue, and Yellow AI. The fuck is good against Warped again? Poison. Fight is good against Warp. So they basically pick their move after you pick yours. So they tend to switch a lot and just straight out cheat. Your Nether, this don't work. But see, if I hadn't clicked Aura Drain, she probably would have stayed in. How about a burn? Yeah, and that's enough chip to kill her. And that's toxic. Wow, you were. Someone really was like, yo, make me a stall team because I want to be remembered. For all the wrong reasons. This should kill. Okay. Give me Koishi. Assist Kasume. Dark Fire, I believe. Oh my god. Dude, this is already not fun. Give me Koishi. Okiko. Wind. She's wind something because she was neutral to, she was neutral to electric, but I didn't get to hit her with a warp skill, so I don't know how she was on that one. Oh, why is she back? That's a different Kasume. Dude. This is so annoying. I don't really know what to do here. I am surprised she stayed in. Why did she stay in? Oh, roost. What a good start. Willow, alright. Dark Flare is probably stronger than Frozen Prison is right now. Does Dark Effects focus, right? Wait, are you a different Tokiko? No, you're not. Are you? How did your HP get so high? Oh, right, you did that. Alright. Roll 5. Roll 5. Oh, I forgot. One more. Oh, man. I do believe this is weak to sound, fighting, and poison. Welcome to the fun battle. Yeah. Yep. I'm having fun. This should kill you. Okay. Still dark. That's fine. If she does something. Oh, okay. Miss. Okay, there goes that one. Sure. That didn't do any damage at all. Chad, I'll be real at ya. Stall teams deserve to get critical hit by everything. Everything. If a stall player complains that they got hit by a critical hit, tell them to touch grass. Yeah, go ahead, perch. Waste my time. You're done. It's over. You're alone now. Yeah, now you can't heal anymore. Thank you. Eat a dick. Goodbye. That was the worst battle I've ever been a part of. Very well played. Fuck you. I stood no chance. Here's a reward for your efforts. With that, I'll take my leave before we part. This place was my nightmare, but there's no more. Have fun figuring out what I mean by that. Yeah, goodbye, good riddance. I hated it. God damn, dude. Some whack-ass strategies and pogies, I tell ya. It ain't my kind of play, that's for sure. Now, I'm not saying that the entirety of Pokemon would be better. Oh, leftovers, cool. I'm not saying Pokemon would be better if everything in the game was just Dragovish. But I am, however, saying that everything in the game would be significantly worse if everything in the game was like Toxapex or Ferrothorn. I don't know why this grass is blue. Pretty sure I've been informed the only thing here is Doremi anyway. So I'm just, whoa. Can you go in there? I mean, probably not, but the idea of that being up there is kind of cool. Alright. What is the music for this place? Because it's very good, and I would like to listen to it on my own time. That said, I would just like this entire game's OST, but that doesn't seem to exist. The OST for the base game exists, but there's no, like, standing OST for the entirety of Shattered Dreams. And now, of course, there's the fan expansion, so that would also want to be included in that as well. So, yeah. Bluegrass is just for higher level Doremi. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm not too interested in that. Alice should just be right here, if I remember this layout correctly. John Madden. Nope. Her name is Can't Go Home Anymore. Alright, I will not remember that, but I'll do my best. Just been a little preoccupied with some nonsense, so to speak. Alright, heal me up. I don't think Alice wants to battle. I know she's a battle after in post-game, but I don't know if she's a battle yet. So it was not by Scarlet Mansion, then I don't really know. Sorry, I can't help you. Oh. Alright, so there's something to the left of Alice's house, huh? Here? Wait. I'm going right. I'm going right, not left. Streamer, why? Okay, I got it. I came from the left. I came from the left, so I don't know why shouldn't I have passed it? Or is it over here? Ah. I see. No, I came from the left and I was like, oh, the left is the direction I didn't come from. And then I started heading right. Well, all the unreleased music is on the base CD. I just mean, like, there are some songs that are only in the expansion, but you only really find those, like, already extended. But there doesn't seem to be any just those tracks on their own. Where the fuck am I going? The direction was left, but there is no more left to go. And I just went in there. So where is left of left? What is left of it? I guess further down? No, there's nowhere to go from here. Soika does not have a sword, no. There's nothing left. Oh, I found a doll. Soika has a bunch of, she's got some shapes and chains, but she doesn't have a sword. If she wants to throw something at you, she'll pick up a boulder. But she fights unarmed. Where am I going? Where am I going? She uses a sword and lost word. Oh, I didn't know that. I clearly haven't been paying attention to that. I don't know where she got it. I don't think I was looking for the doll. I was looking for something else, right? What was I looking for? Isn't the plain doll just a way to run from battle? Or is it a key item? No. Yeah, it's just a way to escape. For now, it's only that fight. Oh, okay, then I'm leaving. Alright, cool. What else is there? What else is there? I've been everywhere else, so I think I'm just gonna head to... I guess I'll just head there, yeah. Alright, I got it. The sword that killed her, it's her last word. I don't... Does she use that in one of the... and shoot the bullet? Gave her a last word based on the death of Shootin' Doji was beheaded by the sword. Oh. Okay, so that's probably an original spell card then, not one that actually exists. I don't recall her using anything like that in Shoot the Bullet, and that's the only game where Suika has, like, spell cards, you know. I mean, there are the fighting games, of course, but I don't think any of them had to do with having a sword, right? Most characters in that game don't have a lost word, or last word, or last spell, last word. So they just made up big ones for them. Like, Ron definitely doesn't have a last word. It's Ron. They always start with a description of lost word original. Oh. Yeah, I never noticed that. Definitely never noticed that. Suika's shapes have meaning. The circle is for nothingness, which signifies diffusion. The triangle is for harmony or collection. The square is for permanence and stands for the self. And that's all related to the fact that she can turn to a mist, yeah? How heavy do you think they are? You gotta train them up after all. How heavy are they? Now, Suika's really strong, so she could probably just walk around with that stuff as if it was nothing. But if, like, I tried to pick it up, I probably wouldn't be able to get it off the ground. But there's not really anything express about that, right? I don't know how heavy that shit is. No one's ever tried. I'm here with my sister to look for rare puppets. Umemi is here. Thank you, Bonky. Dark something. Probably Dark Nether. And it's gonna press raid, so we'll just switch to an advantage. Yep. Good. Alright. Probably doesn't realize how heavy they are. No, yeah, that's... I figured that would be the case, because that's kind of how Suika is. But what I really wonder is how heavy they actually are, right? Because no one's ever asked. No one's ever tried to pick them up. In fact, there are a lot of aspects of a character's design that's just kind of accepted within the universe, huh? Like, Suika just has these chains attached to her, and these shapes, and no one in the entire series has ever looked at her and thought, huh, so why do you got, like, what's going on there? Like, everybody just kind of accepts that the way you're dressed is the way you're dressed. Did anyone ever ask about Kassen's arm? Because it's bandaged up, right? I don't recall anyone ever being like, yo, what's up with your arm? Ekatia holds planets and puts them on her head and it changes her hair color. Yeah, and nobody bats a fucking eye. What's up with that? Maybe there's just no reason to question it because it's just par for the course. Which makes sense. But it's kind of funny when characters just like blatantly ignore such obvious aspects of another character's design, so they never just explain anything about it. Which sucks as the consumer here because I want to know more about that. Now, hold on. Now, if Ekatia had someone be like, yo, what's with your shirt? Do you think she'd tell you to touch grass? I feel like she'd be like, yeah, that's my shirt. It's sick, isn't it? I think she'd be proud of her shirt. But no one ever asks her about it. I don't remember. Sound is good against warped, and electric is good against sound. There, I remembered. And you're Steel Earth, I believe, so this should work. Hecate is lonely, she wants friends. She has a friend! Foxy Grandma. That's the only friend you need. Hey Junko, you wanna go do something today? No, sorry, I can't. I'm currently malding. Cope Seethe Mauled. Experiencing nothing but pure anger towards moon people. Yo, that's tight. Let me join you. That's why they're friends. It's because the only thing that Junko is interested in doing, Hecate is all up for that shit. Oh, Miyoi's level 70 now. What do you got? Final move, final move. Dancing Wind. 10% chance to raise all the user stats. Yeah, right, that's never happening. Move the user's status ailment to the foe. Are you... Counterstall? Hold on, that's counterstall. Bro. Uses the foes... That's foul play. Oh, that's foul play. Confuses the foe. Okay, that's dynamic punch. And this is hydro pump. 10% chance to stop the foe. Damn! She got moves! Stall teams canceled. Yeah, I'm remembering this shit right here. If I get stuck against a stall team, honest man's lie. We're gonna put that burn, we're gonna put that poison right back on ya. She has foul play as well, which is kind of cool. But, you know, my Miyoi is kind of offensive anyway, so I don't think she needs that, but that is still really cool. Wow, this character kind of suffering from 4-move syndrome, huh? She's got a lot of options that look really good, but like I can only use 4 of them. Psycho Shift is really niche. Yeah, it is. No, 100% it is. But in a game like this, if they're gonna burn me, I would love to put the burn right fucking back on them and then watch them play stall against themselves. Cause I'm through with that. I'm telling you right now. I don't want to fight high level stall because high level stall is just guaranteed to make me mauled. Welcome to the crew. An old looking leaflet is on the ground. Ancient relics, fantasy ruins. Opening today at 10. For those who visit the ruins, I'll give you something that'll make you happy. I'm waiting warmly for you to visit the shop, is what is written. These leaflets are quite suspicious. There's nothing here. Skill card 83. There you go. So you can find the Touhou 3 puppets in this grass, but I'm not terribly interested in that. I would love to use Yumemi, but I like honestly don't really like her puppet design. I think there's something about her puppet design that doesn't look like Yumemi. I have similar issues with Suika, less so for the design and more so just for the hair color. I'm gonna be real picky about that too, I know. But Suika's hair color just doesn't look accurate to me in this game, so I just don't like it. It's the probability hyperspace vessel. Not actually an area in the game, which is kind of unfortunate. But they were on Torifune, which is really cool. So they were still included in the game in some capacity. However, Yumemi had a weather team with Hifu, and I'm not really a fan of that. I didn't want to play that game. Okay, let's see what I need to do here. Yeah, Suika's hair is too brown in this game. It should be a brighter shade of like orange. I don't know why it looks like that, because it looks like that in puppet play as well. And it just bothers me. Bandage. I don't remember what that does. I do have some items now, so I can look around to that later, but... What is Koishi in this game? I don't know everything about Koishi, but I know that one of her most prominent sets is a essentially typeless screen setter. So she'll put up light screen and reflect, and she has the light clay item, or the light clay equivalent, So she comes in, sets up dual screens, and then Tuxedo masks out. Unless you kill her. But you're not gonna kill her before she gets at least both her screens up, because that mon is designed to get those screens up. And pretty much every Koishi user in the Human Village tournament is using that version of Koishi. It's fucking annoying. There's Kasen. She's fighting. I don't remember how light works against fighting. Nope. Yeah, you can fight Suika post-game. She's hanging out at the shrine. That's fine. Damn. Well. I can't remember if it's defense Koishi or assist Koishi, but I do know it's whatever Koishi it is. Like, the Human Village tournament is jam-packed full of them. They're really annoying. Because they, like, having one of your moves not Oko when it should, when you're running, like, basically hyper offense, becomes a fat problem really fast. I think you're still part Nether. You are, okay. Some Hinas are part Nether, that's why that works. I don't think defense Hina is, though. Well, did it matter? Assist Akio is Shedinja. Yeah. I can't remember who of the two has it. Either Akio or Kozuzu has a assist Akio. Also, Akio has spiky shield for some reason. It's really weird. Like, she has this game's equivalent to Spiky Shield. If you don't know what Spiky Shield is essentially Protect, but if you picked an attack, you take chip damage. The trade-off is that Spiky Shield has I believe Protect has a 50% chance to fail if used twice, and then, like, I think it just keeps going down like that or something, but I believe that Spiky Shield has a 33% chance to succeed if used in succession. Same with, like, King Shield and Baneful Bunker. So that's the trade-off, and I guess Obstruct as well? Only normal Hina is Nether? What type is Assist Hina then? Because Assist Hina is also weak to light. That would mean she's Dark, right? Poison Dark? Kozusu is partially Arceus, yeah. She has the ability to change her type, and she has a move that uses her scroll, but I think her stats actually change as well, depending on which scroll you're holding, which is different. Assistina is Poison Dark. Okay. Thank you, Citizen, for the raid. There we go. She gets the Prankster. Okay, she has Prankster as well. That would explain it, because she always gets her screens up. Well, Savali is basically Arceus anyway, right? So Arceus is the one that comes before it. I mean, its ability is called the RKS system. Like, it was designed... It was a failed experiment to replicate Arceus. Somehow it evolves, which doesn't make any fucking sense. But whatever. Pokemon is as Pokemon does. One of her stats are doubled depending on the scroll, but she still has base 50s across the board. Oh, okay. And I assume that the scrolls are colored the same as the emblem ranks. Yeah, so like black, green, blue, and red and white. So you get doubled on that. Defense Parsi, huh? I just realized I'm at 42 HP. Makes it easy to remember which one, I suppose. Because green is speed. I believe red is focus attack, blue is I can't remember actually. Yeah, green is speed, I remember that. Blue is defense. Black is spread. So... Okay, why I have so many green ones? Why do I have so many greens? Oh well. Alright, June up front. Alright. La! Singing songs makes me happy. I'm singing with my puppets, how about you join us? Alright, we're going. Off as the old capital where only live, it'll be dangerous if you're only half decent, so let me test how strong you are. Alright, here we go. Well, what's its name again? Type Null. Its name is Type Null. I was like, Savali's the evolution. Wait, you're not water type yet. Or maybe you are. What are you? Whatever. Type Null evolves by friendship, so I guess the power of friendship overcomes being, like, a chimera. I don't understand it any more than anyone else does. I'm actually amazed that Pokemon isn't as good as you'd think it could be. Because they make a big deal of it. Well, not even... They don't really make that big of a deal of it. Whoa, perspective. Holy jeez. Alright. Alright. They don't make that big of a deal of it. It's not really that great of a Pokemon. Huh. Like, Gladion has one. He took it, and then it's like, whoa, what's that Pogie? A recent puppet incident has been pretty noisy, but that's fine by me. There are 3 Type Nulls in existence. There's the one that Gladion has. There's the one that he gives you. And there's the one that's still frozen. So there's one unaccounted for. Well, I guess it's accounted for, but out of commission. They only made 3 of them, and then it was like, bleh. Competitively, Savali's moveset isn't that impressive, and 95 across the board isn't as impressive as you think. It's more so about, like, how it was supposed to be, like, it was supposed to be, like, Arceus Light, right? And Arceus is, well, I mean, I guess, to be fair, Arceus has base 120 across the board, which is fucking absurd when you think about it. So, I guess when you see a Pokemon that's supposed to emulate a Pokemon like that, you can't help but feel like it should be better than it is, right? What about the one you get in Sword and Shield? I have no answer to that one. I have no fucking clue. But as far as I know, in Sun and Moon lore, there's only 3 Type Nulls that were ever produced. And Gladion took one, Gladion gave you another, and then there's one still frozen. So maybe it's that one. Maybe it's that guy. Maybe that guy unfroze the 3rd one and brought it to Galar and was like, yo, you want this cool failed experiment, Pogie? No? Too bad. Take it. Take it. Now. For one thing I do appreciate is that they do, you know, the newer games allow you to get new, the legendaries and stuff, right? It's not an overly complex matter anymore. But I do think it's really funny how some of them are just like, hey, good evening. You want this Pokemon? It's like really rare, and then, but like, I don't know who to give it to, but you seem nice, so you can have it. It's like, wow, thanks. It actually, you know what that reminds me of, actually? What do you call it? Event Pokemon. What happened to Event Pokemon? Event Pokemon used to be, oh, you get this cool item, you get a key item, and then you get to do a new in-game event, and you get a new Pokemon at a new location that's in the game, and it's like, whoa, that's sick. And then they stopped doing that, and instead they were like, hey, so, you know, if you get the code for the mystery gift, if you walk into the Pokemart, there's this guy in a blue outfit. You talk to him, he'll be like, good evening, you must be player. Here, take this, and he'll just hand you a free fucking legendary and already in the ball. Like, what? Bro! That's the most dependable delivery man I've ever seen, because he's carrying goods like that on hand, and he's just waiting in Pokemarts for you to come up, and he's just doing this exchange in public. Like, imagine you're sitting there, you're in line at the fucking Pokemart, you're looking to buy a few potions for your Rattata, and some kid comes in, and you hear in the corner, you see in the corner of your eye, and you hear it while you're like, you know, you're getting your fucking potion, and it's like, oh, here you go, here's your Arceus, dude. Oh, here's your Palkia, dude. Oh, here's your Meloetta, dude. And you're just like, I got a Rattata, I guess. What does fucker do over here? That this dude in blue is just like handing them legendaries like they're candy. What's up with that? That's just so dumb. The convolution of mystery gift is basically non-existent. But don't tell Game Freak that. Game Freak didn't let us have Arceus in the actual game. Apparently it was too much to ask players to go back to Spear Pillar and then play the flute and then find Arceus. That was too difficult for our small minds. Well, maybe they were right about that for some people, who knows. But yeah, Arceus was never released. Now, I don't know if it's confirmed or not that they didn't release it because, oh no, people aren't gonna know where to use the item. But that sounds like a pretty Game Freak thing to do. Why am I in a place like this? I don't know, there's no real reason, I'm just here. Here's your shiny Zorora because you killed millions of him. Yeah, that one's weird. Congratulations! You have now hunted a species into endangerment. Now we can classify it as a mythical Pokemon. Anyway, here's your mythical Pokemon, Zorora. But he's shiny. Like, you think that's kind of weird? Anyone else think that's a little strange? Considering how many of them I had to drop, I don't think it's much of a mythical Pokemon anymore. It's like, no, I'm the reason. I'm the reason it's now a mythical Pokemon. I did the dirty work. That's the way to go. So I'm gonna go here first. Lord knows I'm ever coming back into this cave when I'm done in here. So I gotta make sure I get everything on the first go. Nice. I don't actually like free shiny Pokemon. I think free shiny Pokemon completely devalue the Pokemon shiny. Which, you know, you feel free to disagree with me on that. I don't really care. But the whole thing about a shiny to me is that it is a trophy for your diligence or your extreme good luck. When you just hand shinies out as a consolation, when you just hand shinies out like that as like a consolation prize, you immediately devalue them because everybody has one. Shiny Gyarados has literally zero value because it's so easy to get one. Even if you get one through hard work or just pure luck, because of the Lake of Rage, that Pokemon is always going to be that shiny, right? But then you also have, there's also Shiny Gible and Shiny Dratini in Black and White 2. There's the Shiny Haxorus for seeing the regional decks. There's a few shinies that have been given out that, in my opinion, kind of kill the value of it. Because I like the shinies. I like the shinies for sure. But a big part of it is like seeing it as a trophy. Either for, again, for just being incredibly lucky, or sticking with a really repetitive method and then getting results from it. Yeah, gift shinies are a trophy for nothing. That's how I feel about them. It's a participation award. It has no meaning. Everyone's got one. So it's just like, but the problem is that it immediately devalues the Pokemon as a whole, right? So like, yeah, sure, Shiny Gyarados is cool. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a Shiny Gyarados. But even if you get a Shiny Gyarados through any other method other than the Lake, if you get a Shiny Gyarados through the method that's not the Lake of Rage, it doesn't really matter. Or no one's gonna really care, right? It's gonna be like, oh, where'd you get that one? Lake of Rage? Like, no, I bred it myself. Oh, why'd you do that? You can just get one for the Lake of Rage, and it's like, oh, right? And again, you don't have to conform to this at all. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But that's really how it be, and it sucks that it's how it be. Metagross is one of them too. Shiny Metagross, sick as fuck. Pretty sure there was an event that gave one out for free for when Oraz came out, and I was like, oh, there it goes. Alright, I think I'm almost through this, which is great. This cave isn't so bad. Forgot Kasume was here. Hi. The inside of this bucket is cramped but comfortable. Humid too, but it feels cozy. Tsurubi Otoshi. Kasume. Sent out Kasume. I knew she would have Kasume, so why did I not send out a Pokemon that beats Kasume? Well, Darkfire, this should still work. Make it flinch. Panic Call? That's knockoff, yeah? Yeah. Flinch, flinch, flinch. Panic Call doesn't seem to do more damage if you're holding an item, huh? Seems to just do the same amount of damage no matter what. Alright. Defense Kasube. Same deal. Same deal. Probably harder to kill though. Oh no. Okay, the defenses are switched. That's what that is. Not even super effective. Alright. Nice. Now it's too humid. But it still feels cozy. Having a doll of yourself kind of narcissistic? I'd say yes. But it feels weird if they don't have it, you know? It's like the waterfall behind the treasure behind the waterfall, right? If it's there, you're like, oh, how original. But if it's not there, you feel cheated. Like, if Kasume doesn't send out a Kasume puppet, I feel like, what happened there? But when Kasume sends out a Kasume puppet, I'm like, oh, wow, okay. Yeah, of course you have that, right? And having a doll of someone you know kind of creepy? Well, I would say yes, if it wasn't for the fact that the entirety of Gensokyo was in on this shit. Because then it's just like, yo, I found one that looks like you. It's like, wow, I found one that looks like you. And they probably want to catch ones that they're familiar with because they look at them and they're like, that reminds me of my friend. And then they want their friend. I see I found someone reckless. Where am I? Oh shit, there's Mima. There's Mima. Goodbye, Mima. How do the generic puppet yokai feel about not having puppets of themselves? Good question. I wonder if anyone finds it weird about the specific characters that have puppet forms. No one seems to question it. They're just like, yeah, it kind of looks like this character. But then, imagine John Touhou just like, why isn't there a puppet that looks like me? Maybe there is and you just haven't found it yet, dog. Satori doesn't essentially have your team. Satori just has your team. You can actually cheese the fuck out of that fight. What the? Who are you? Oh, right, you're a female Oni. I forgot about these. You're a lost child. If I win, I'll be your guide around here. Forgot about the lady Onis. Yugi. Fight something. You can cheese Satori's fight by bringing in a, one puppet. The easiest way to cheese... I don't think this was a good idea. Yeah, it wasn't. The easiest way to cheese Satori's fight is to just bring a mirror match that you know you can, like, win, and then just, like, hope for a speed tie. In my case, what I did, I brought Power Aya, and I have a Dream Shard, so I always go first, because I get the plus stats from the Dream Shard's effect. But Satori can't copy the held items increase, so I always go first, and then I just hit her with Twister, and I win every time. It was actually kind of good for grinding, because you just have a team of low-level puppets you're trying to level. And then you have like a level 100 Power Aya in the front. And you always win the exchange because you have the Dream Shard. It ain't bad, it works. It's just, you gotta be careful because you're beating up a lot of low-level puppets and it gets boring. For grinding, I use the first floor of Hell's Tower. Alright, Tsukasa. What do you got? Something good, I hope. Overdrive! Overdrive! It's a physical move. Harshly lowers the user's focus attack. Danmaku Orchestra. A normal attack, 120 base power, 85 accuracy. I like High Tone Crush. Also, this is a spec bread move anyway. That does a lot of damage. Raises... Quiver Dance? What? Why do you Quiver Dance? These are attacks, and then that's outrage. That's just... Why is she learning Focus Energy this late? Quiver Dance, bro? She does not need Quiver Dance. And by that I mean, this one doesn't even... What? What the fuck? Whatever. Yo, a move? Poisoned Arrow. Hey, that's a poison move. That's good. Dense Fog Bloom. 2-turn skill. Works instantly in heavy fog. Oh. Deal double damage as far as... No, no. Love or Pain. That's Hex. Laplace. A Changeling. Sound warped, yeah. Superpower version. Poisoned Arrow is pretty good. I kinda... Why does Extra Alice learn Overrate level 70? Never underestimate good priority, alright? Even if it seems like it's not that great, priority is the difference between a lot of things. You never, never underestimate priority options. I kind of want this because poison is a good type to have. I guess I'll ditch Changeling. Yeah, we'll do that. What else do I got? Do you have anything you can learn here? Well, I have Protect now. Nope. Brave Bursts. No. Nope. Frozen Prison. Dense Fog Bloom. Poison Bomb. Chat, should I ditch Amnesia? I haven't used it in a while. It's not a bad move, but you know what? I'm gonna get rid of it because the AI likes to switch a lot. So they'll probably just switch every single fucking time. So I'm gonna do that. I don't need a... There we go, I have some poison coverage now at least. And your move pool is not happening there. Wow! Wow! Shimada can't learn anything. Has some multicolored faucet here. Like, what the fuck? You can't learn any moves. Put on up front. Makai is not purgatory, nor is it hell. Makai is just a different world that is inhabited by strong yokai and demons. Wind. Hammer drop. Makai was more prominent in PC 98, and it's barely mentioned in Windows outside of Touhou 12. Also, Hell is huge. Hell is hopelessly large. Oh, we're just... Alright, we're just dropping the hammer on everyone. Alright. There you go. Power Shimada has a more colorful moveset. I guess to be fair, the only thing I really want to do with extra Shimada is press the priority button anyway. Mind Trap. Spikes. White Lily Dance. The user faints, the next pivot comes out and restored to full HP and normal status. Healing Wish. And then Luminous Flux still. Laser Trap that hurts the foes entering the field. Wait, does this work with Parental Bond? Do you get 2 layers of spikes if with Parental Bond? Or is that not how this works? Spike Chip is kind of nice. Doesn't work with Parental Bond. Never mind. I have lied. White Lily Dance. Works with Stone Stacker, though. I remember that one, yeah. I do remember that one. But I don't have Stone Stacker. Stone Stacker is kind of an insane ability when you think about it. Any ailment or any effect that you apply works twice. You're essentially doubling like every secondary effect. That's insane. That's an insane increase. That's so good. Oh, you. I'll drop the hammer again, I suppose. 1, 2. Nice. Can never see light again. What do you mean overly dramatic? We're almost there. This place is pretty big. Come on. I know there's spiders on the bridge. Once I get there, though, I'll be good. There she is. There she is. Are you a sightseer from the surface? Well, why not battle me then? Tsuchigumo. Yam. Medicine. Yeah, she is poison-based. Should be nature poison. Man, imagine if On got a +2 speed for that. Wouldn't that be sick? That would be pretty sick. Give it a power reduction. Yam. Extra yam. Earth poison. Out the hammer. Oh, right, I forgot about that. The worst part about that is it also... It doesn't take away the damage penalty until after the first hit goes through. So, you know, I at least get my damage back, but... Oh, Momoyo. Well, I saw poison, but I don't really know. Oh. She must be Poison Steel. Whoa, that's a weird typing. Poison Steel? God damn, I don't think I've ever seen a... There's no Pokemon like that at all. If she's Poison Steel, then this will be super effective. Yep, she's Poison Steel. Armor Pierce is a Steel-type move. And she came in and had the poison effect, so she 100%'s poison. She had 2 boogs. Yugi seems to be quite happy as of recently. It's because of a festival? That's nice. Well, everyone's kind of dying, but I'm still alive. Yeah, Poison Steel is one of those type combinations that doesn't work because of the way their immunity goes. I say that though, but bug fire and fire water are both types that exist. Alright, there's Parse. Hello, human. What are you looking for here? You're envious of other puppeteers, aren't you? You want to win battles, right? You're not too far off. Jealousy is a great motivator, and you're very transparent with your feelings. I envy you, so I will crush your heart. She has 165 base special attack. Well, I'm sure she has a penalty somewhere in that, right? She took half her max HP from a not very effective hit, so I assume that she's not very sturdy. God, I don't remember. I hope this works. Wow, that worked. Alright. I cannot remember half the time. Nether. I don't know, do it again. Our Momoyo is slow as hell and not as sturdy. So she's a Trick Room Mon, basically. She's Rampardos. Why did you make Rampardos? I'm envious of how you could take things so seriously. Humans, so greedy, so foolish, so fascinating. Oh, curse this jealousy. Base 60 speed? She's a Rampardos. Why did you make Rampardos? Huh? Why? Alright, I'm here. I've arrived. Former Hell City. Hey, this place is great. You can also buy some pretty sick moves here. You can buy, there's basically like, it's like a standard move for every single type. They're javelin skills. There's even an item that increases the power of javelin skills. It's kind of weird. Excellent. It's in this guy's place, somewhere over here. Yeah, this one. So he has he sells javelins for every type, and then he also... Oh, I seem to recall him. Yeah, it is javelin arts. Yeah, 20% increase to javelin type moves. Javelin moves are basically like good coverage. That's all. They're kind of like stronger hidden power, I suppose. But hidden power exists in this game, but not really, because there's basically a weaker version for spread attacking. That's signs. You can get a sign for every single thing. I want to sell. I haven't sold anything in a while. Big money, big money. Big money. Damn, that is big money. Okay, I am very close to max on these. So, this is the part where you sell 150 of them. And then you begin your collection again. Alright, now I'm rich. So Rampardos with better defensive typing. Defensive steals are not as common in Puppet Dance, so Poison Steel hits hard. Also, the lead dev was kind of inspired with the Power Yugi design, probably. Isn't Power Yugi the same thing, though? Just astronomical attack and then can't actually attack with that astronomical attack? Alright, I'm now rich. I'm loaded. I'm well off. I'm good. Let's go explore. I think there's some items down here. So let's take a look. Oh, I found something. There you go. Power. Pretty sure Yugi's the same in Puppet Play as well. She just has astronomical focus attack. But she can't do anything with it because her defenses are super shallow and her speeds here is bad. But, you know, if she does manage to get an attack off somehow, then you're probably eating shit. But you only really get that one moment, right? Alright, I got some stuff. So if I want to advance the plot. Why are all these spirits in my house? Sorry, but it's my house, so it's not your problem. At least they aren't evil, right? There's nothing in here. Well, there you go. Well, Power Suika is slacking, right? That one's directly inspired by slacking. So her base stats are good. Like, if you actually look at Slacking's base stats, they're pretty fucking insane. It's just, you know, that ability makes him an awful Pokemon. Where am I going? What? Alright, this is definitely new content because this does not exist before. Well, hello, yep, there it is. I'm Fan, I'm one of the 10. You're from the outside world, aren't you quite fortunate to have stumbled your way in here? I made my way in through, less scrupulous means. Well, you're dead, dude, so I imagine it wasn't too great. But I suppose you're here for a puppet battle, right? And let's begin. Phantom. Kasen. Assist Kasen. I saw fighting, but I don't know anything else. She might strike shot me. Or this'll kill her. Or she'll resist it because I don't know types. Oh, okay. Vermilia. She's weak to steel. I wonder if this'll kill her. What? What type are you? Carl? Carl! I thought she was... Oh, well. So I don't know what Heavy Fog does. Yukari, huh? Oh, Regigiga's version, huh? She's Illusion. I know that. Illusion's actually good against light. Illusion was also good against Warped. Alright. Speed Vermilia is Dark Fighting. Oh, fuck me. I goofed that one hard then. What type is Power Yukari? She's Illusion, I know that. How about I burn her? Force Shield does not protect. I know what she's going for, but if I burn her, I'll be okay. Okay. Heavy Fog powers up dark moves, weakens light moves, activates fog-related abilities. Oh, okay, so it's like... Okay, I see. I gotcha. How about you stop being... Why did she switch? She was so close to being full-formed. Burn. Isn't this Pain Split? Yeah, it is. Burn, 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 burn. This is really weird. Okay, bye. Hello again. Yes! Go ahead, Force Shield. I don't care. I want to know if this does super effective damage. No, it doesn't. I actually wasn't sure. But it's okay, because you will die to burn, and if you switch, I win. Bye! Dark Fighting. She's gonna set up Fog, yeah? Yeah. Or Wind Fighting, Wind Fighting. That's fine. Concussion, I don't know what type that is. There we go. Tenshi, extra Tenshi. Earth. Earth something. I want to burn. Damn it. Enemy Tenshi is now off guard. What does that mean? Yeah, I know what Force Shield does. It's like Protect, but you can use it. You can use it constantly. You barely take any damage. Protect's probably better though. What type is she? And what did that move do? Off guard means they can be hit with any move now. Oh, interesting. Ghost Wave. Fog's gone. When you say any move, you mean immunities too, right? Ba-bang. The way you get heart marks is you have to level up a puppet 100 levels, which is actually impossible in a main playthrough, because the lowest level you can get a puppet is 2. So you can only at most put 99 levels on your puppet. So the only puppet you can use with a heart mark is your starter puppet until you can reincarnate. Nice. It's actually not too bad because there's a trick you can do. If the levels are cumulative, not all at once. So if you can reset a puppet to level 1, level them up to level 30, reset them again, level them up to level 30 again, because you don't need that much EXP to get to level 30. So you can just do that about 2 or 3 times and you'll get a heart mark in no time. Well, that's about what I expected. Take this. Only an outsider like yourself can use it. Fortuity. So long and good luck. Force Shield forces you to get hit. I remember this because I used it, and I used it to hit perfect aim. I forget which puppet did it, but they used it and I pressed perfect aim, and then perfect aim could not miss. However, in competitive battling, perfect aim is banned because it's a one-hit KO move. Maybe you should open your ears, because that's what I said. Alright, I don't think there's anything else to do here. I'm gonna have to go do the tourney now. Wherever that may... There it is. There it is! There's nothing here. Force Shield can be annoying. It's more so just for defensive Pokemon, though, because, it's a way to stall out extra turns with residual damage without having to rely on Protect just failing. Alright. Keiki's actually a really good lead, so I'll keep her up front. Are you interested in this tournament? The best of the underground tournament, the festival decided number 1 puppeteer in the whole underground. Of course, we have a prize for the champion. We're accepting unofficial participants too. You want to join? Yeah. Game will be starting shortly. Yeah, so anything that increases evasion... Anything that increases evasion is banned, and anything that has one-hit KO is banned. You guys ban Moody then, don't you? Because Moody in this game affects evasiveness and accuracy, but they changed Moody to not do that in Sword and Shield, I believe. How unfortunate for you to be matched with me. Prepare your butt for a swift whooping. Force Shield gains a failed chance to use multiple times as well, so really it's mainly for stuff that doesn't learn Protect. Oh. Why doesn't everything learn Protect? You know what? Never mind. That's okay that not everything learns Protect. I take back what I just said there. That's really weird, though. In that case, yeah, that doesn't seem like a very good move. Down you go. Parse. Moody and trapping abilities are banned. Gen 8 Moody is still banned because stuff like Moody Artillery and Glalie saw a decent amount of success. The fact that they can just accumulate free boosts with Sub Protect is really strong. Oh, it got rebanned then? Okay, I didn't know that. Because I did know that it lost the ability to increase evasion. Why does that ability cut out when it slides in like that? That was rebanned. Moody is a silly ability. I fucking hate it, personally. If only because this game, because Suiko loves to have it, and I never, ever have a puppet that is good against Suiko. So I always am at the mercy of some bullshit. Excellent, I can't even check what that skill is. I want him at defeat, you may have beaten you, you still got a long ways to go, you'll end up losing sooner or later. What a cute little puppeteer, but I won't let you win. It's also partially because Moody activates at the end of a turn with your turn as well, because Acupressure is not banned. Acupressure is a move that randomly increases a stat by +2, but that requires your turn. Moody is an ability, so you can do your turn and then get a boost. Even if you get a drawback, like, the luck can still be on your side. Oh lord, I don't remember anything here. I think Kikuri is part illusion, but like it's Kikuri, so. Acupressure is funny the first time they press the button, but it quickly becomes scary when you don't have a way to stop them from constantly doing it. It is one of those moves that will snowball really fast if you do not handle it. Clown. Clown down. There you go. Oh my, I lost. Good luck on the next match. Match 3. Oh shit, who's that? Oh, am I fighting a human? It's been a while since I last fought a human. Aren't you the recently rumored strong human that's not Reimu? Or have you been nosing around the puppet incident? Let's see who you got. Who's this? Eternal Eva Spirit. Who? Oh, she's actually a real match. Hi, Marissa. She is light electric. And she's probably faster than me. Turn 0 Trick Room Setter, banned. Legitimately, banned. Nice. I'm gonna die next hit, so that's fine. I actually don't know what the best option here is, so I'm just gonna go with this. Defense Reimu. I have no idea what type you are. Were you weak to steel? I don't remember. Nope. Well, damage. Poison. Do it again. Wow, she pressed Toxic, missed, and then still went for Protect anyway. Get that boosty boost. Why am I faster? I thought she'd switch. Why am I faster? What? Oh my god. I hate you. My time! It's being wasted! She can't poison me though. Also, if she switches to Marissa, Marissa dies. Oh, bitchin'. That's damage. Do exactly 2. Why did that do half my HP? You're a defensive unit. Well, I'll live at least. Phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal. I still don't know what type she is. Wow, that worked. Alright. Mima! Oh, shit! I don't know what type you are. Cool. Void illusion. That typing is so weird. So she's weak to sound and illusion then. Are you faster than me? It'd be really cringe if you were. Alright, good. Oh, well that didn't work, but it killed her anyway. This guy? Sound... What was... The fuck was Warped good against? Warped had 3 weaknesses, right? Fighting, poison, and sound. Alright. What? Did that... What did that say? They executed my Tsukasa? She seemed pretty okay after that. Well, they mean they executed her. I guess I wasn't serious enough. I thought I could win. So you want to solve the puppet incident? I think it's too fun to end it so soon. Well, I'll give you a clue, but the incident is a spoiler award. Don't insist too much on a single thing. Apparently puppets have more than a single energy source. Are you intrigued? Quite intriguing, isn't it? But I won't spoil too much for you. The party's over. I'm going back to where I should be. Have you ever heard of Ramadan? That's like my home. We might see each other again sometime. I'm looking forward to it. She got executed. Congratulations, that was hot. We present you this Yoma book as a prize for your champion. Nice. Keep on fighting, champ. What, you want something more useful? There's no way we have such a budget. That's alright. There actually isn't much explanation as to why I'm down here. It was just an area I was allowed to go to, so I went to it. That's about it, really. So now that we did that, we can go up north, and we can go on to the next area. Here we go. We're almost there. You can't actually fast travel to this place, which is slightly annoying. Ah, it's the first time I've seen any human down here in a long time. You have business further down, right? Let's have a quick match. If you win, I'll give you the official former Hell Tour. I'm sure you'll have fun. Now come on, show me what you got. Oni Yugi. Big. She's huge. But yeah, this puppet is slacking, so it is immediately shut down by Protect, which is really pretty rough. And now it can't do anything. Alright, there she goes. Wind? What the fuck? Thunder Force? What? What are you? Yeah, all you have to do is trap Suika, and then you can just set up. And then you can just, you know, three moves, and you win the game. That was unexpected, but it's okay. She's fighting. Extra Yugi is a mega. Why? What? Why? Oh, that might kill me. Yeah. Never forget about Strike Shot. Oh, that's right. Jun has a new move. I gotta check that out. Multiple new moves, actually. 70's the last level they get moves. And they get like 3 or 4 of them right at the end. Why does she have mega stats? It's rare to see a human like you defeat an Oni like me. You're the one who punched Liberation Front of the surface, right? How did I know? Just my intuition. You know the Liberation Front is swarming a place called the Underground Geyser Center? Recently they've been doing whatever they want without any regards to anything. Someone needs to punish them. If you want it, you can ask the Master of the Palace of the Earth Spirits for help. What do you have move-wise? Unfettered Soul. Does double the damage if the user is not holding an item. Power is higher if the user's cost is higher than the foe's. Well, that's okay. The user takes 1/3 of the damage. It's Flare Blitz, okay? Dynamic Punch. Lowers the close combat. Damn, those are some moves. She has close combat and Flare Blitz. She hits hard. Holy shit. Double the damage if the user is not holding an item. But she doesn't have an ability to really... Whenever a dark type skill attack is raised. You need to pop the item, but then her speed's still kind of middling, right? Yeah, she's basically Infernape, huh? Well, maybe a little more focus attack orientated than spread, but... Yeah. She's good, I like her. Alright, I'm going back to heal. She can probably, like, substantiate the recoil, but I like the 30% burn chance because burn is the best thing in the game when I'm dealing with shit I don't like. That is for sure. Also, Aura Drain heals me, and I like moves that heal me, so there you go. And Lazy Mist, I have better options now, but Lazy Mist's weak effect is surprisingly handy when it actually activates, so I've come to like it a lot. She seems like she'd be good with a Scarf, yeah, but that Nether move wouldn't really work with it. But yeah, you could basically make her like a bit of a Darmanitan with close combat and Flare Blitz. Is there anything in here? No. Heal block status is not one I ever considered good. Because I think heal block itself sucks. But making it a status like that suddenly opens your eyes to why it's such a effective ability. Because you see a lot of it in early game because every cane has Sermon and you whack them and then they Sermon you and you're like, oh, I got affected by weak. I don't even know what this does, but okay. But now I'm in a situation where I'm like, oh my god, that piece of shit first aid spamming stall monster cannot attack me anymore. Or cannot heal anymore, so I no longer have to sit here and mauled. That's fun. I like that. Now, if only I could afflict them with burn at the same time. Afflict burn and weak. Anti-stall tactics. Scarf would work really well with Bolt Beak as well, yeah. But I can't get a scarf until like end of the game or something like that, yeah. Basically, Jun is a good puppet. And she has proven that multiple times anyway, so I don't need to tell you. Probably one of the most effective puppets that I've had so far. Her and Keiki are probably my best puppets. But I also think that Keiki's ability is bonkers. I'm probably dead for this. Yep. You didn't need to press the counter button. I was dead anyway. Let's crab battle, why not? There we go. But now I have to go all the fuck way back. God damn it. Alright. Alright, I'm going back. I wonder how the Satori fight's gonna go. Huh. In terms of usefulness, my team is pretty, some of them don't do it. Mioi has been, like, one of the most clutch puppets on the entire team for a while now, though. So, I think my best three puppets are definitely Keiki, Jun, and Mioi in that order. On keeps dying. Shimada's, like, can press priority light, but nothing is weak to her light move, so it doesn't do anything half the time. And I can't even remember who the other puppet on my team is. Tsukasa. Right. Tsukasa's not bad, but whenever she gets outsped, I get a little bit irritated because the whole purpose of her kit is to not have that happen. And then it happens anyway, and I'm like, ah, great. Alright. Mioi is a little slow, but she has definitely bailed my ass out of a lot of bad situations. I don't want to ditch Mioi. I've come to really like her. She's sick. Excellent. Keiki's ability is download, but for defense, which is kind of really good. Because it's like Intimidate, but I don't have to play that game, you know? I don't have to play the game of did I get the right Intimidate on the right puppet. The game is just like, oh, this is the defense you want to increase, and then increases it for me. Maybe Power Shimada would have been better, but I thought that Gale Wings was too good to pass up. That's all. I made my choice. It is what it is. And you know, hindsight is 50-50. Or whatever the fuck did they say. I don't fucking know. What are you weak to again? Wind. Oh lord, I don't remember. Let's put Jun in. This is fine. I don't know what type you are. I seem to recall one of the Cassens being part wind, but I don't know if that's false memories. Just have trouble getting on to do anything. All right. Final skills for Keiki. Thor's hammer. Volt tackle, essentially. 10% chance to paralyze. Stronger than lightning cut. Does a little bit of recoil damage. Can paralyze. And then Rocky Barrage. Wow, ew. It's not that great, actually. She's worthy. Honestly, it's better than Lightning Cut. Lightning Cut's speed increase is cool, but I don't think it ever really comes into play. A third of the damage in recoil. Keiki's pretty solid. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take Thor's hammer. That's big damage. And Para's not a bad, Para's not bad for certain things. If I can para something fast on a switch-in, then that's great. And I can still burn something even if I accidentally para something that I want to burn. She's got a Earth Prism, which is... Well, actually, it's probably better that I take that over this one. Because this move can miss, but it does have a 30% chance to flinch. But that only matters if I'm faster. And flinching, everyone knows that a true Pokemon Master always goes for the flinch. Still impossible to go back. True Pokemon Masters have full restores out the wazoo and pack moves with flinch rates. They also have Toxic and Protect. Pogi Masters. I love this guy. Look at this. They went and made art for this. I don't know why, but they did. Caw caw. Here I am. Here I am. That's a shoe bill, baby. He looks pissed. You know, I actually kind of wish that this area was a darker lighting. One of my favorite takes... Oh, hold on. Why is there a stranger on my bed? Oh, well, scooch over. Nighty-night. There you go. Koishi cameo. One of my favorite interpretations of the Palace of the Earth Spirits is like the stained glass windows basically provide the entirety of the lighting. Where am I? This place is too bright. Hold on, I'm currently raiding the fridge before I go and talk to Story. Because the building's underground, right? Considering the outside of this building, this is way too well lit for everything surrounding it. So I like the idea of it being pretty dimly lit and only really illuminated by the stained glass. Also gives it a nicer feel that I think fits the music better anyway. But that's my musical opinions from someone who is musically illiterate, so take for it what you will. I'm just grabbing some stuff. That's all. Quasey's in the grass. Oku's in the grass. Redden's in the grass. Magic Ring. Story's in the grass. That would be a good time to look at those. Whatever I just picked up there. When held, critical hit rate is increased for one stage. Puppet holiness uses absorption skill to amount recoverably increased. Weather increases. Jar of poison, repetitive arts, capture rope, Layla's, yeah, stuff like that. Alright. Alright. Okay, who's my best lead? Who's my best lead? This is gonna be really stupid. Jun. Maybe Jun. Maybe Jun. I'll try this. It might not work out, but I might just cheese this because this fight is silly. Oh, a visitor, how rare. So your name is Asprey and Yugi told you to come here. You're surprised that I know what you're thinking. I always hear what you're thinking whether or not I want to. You want to know how to get to the underground geyser center, right? But I won't let you through so easily. Now arm your heart and do battle against your own puppets. How does she even do this? Alright, so we are exactly the same puppet, but I have an item. However, the AI might switch. Oh my god. This is so dumb. What? Why? Why? Why did you do that? Give me all that chip. Wait, what? Huh? Those are my puppets. I know their weaknesses. Why did you do that? I also know the only move you have to hit me with is an Earth-type move. Oh, right, I gave you Thor's hammer. Fuck, I really should have waited before I gave her that, huh? Oops. Oh, nice crit at 1 HP. Mioi. Blitzkrieg. That almost killed her. Wow, it was a crit. Lazy miss. Oh, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. I know she has priority. That did a lot. Wait. Carl! I fucked up! No! It turns out I'm the asshole! Oh no. Oh no. It's fine. So it wasn't. Okay. Wait, that's super effective, isn't it? Well, I'm gonna die now because of Thor's hammer. Shit. Shit. Oh no, why you? Why you? No! Accuracy took a hit. Rose in prison. How'd that miss? Oh, right, because... Right. I forgot I had Disturber! Victory. On. That's alright. Oh my god! The second hit can crit? I didn't know that. Now I know for a fact that this is super effective on you, and I don't know why. Whatever. June. Do it again. Okay. And Mioi. I win. Now check out this juicy EXP. Damn! Look at that. So Costa's the only one that majorly benefited because she's the only one that survived it. That was tough. It's good to face yourself sometimes, isn't it? The fact that the guys are saying, as you know, Liberation Front is settled there. The way it's just... It's simple. Just go straight through here. The remains, the blazing healthy, and you should find the guys who said it. You can't miss it. I gave you the information. Now go do what you will. Okay, bye. Warped is effective against steel. Well, I guess who completely forgot about that? I don't remember what Warp's good against. At all. I remember it's good against wind. And that's it. I don't know what else is good at. I don't know. Strenuous stance. Sharp swords dance. Nasty plot. Damages twice the damage taken from the foe's spread attack on the same turn. Mirror coat. Harshly lowers the foe's focus attack. Charm. Glamour pandemic. Dynamic punch. Pulse laser. Nasty plot though. And mirror coat. Steel, wind, and illusion. Oh, okay. Nasty plot, though. You know what? If I'm just gonna be pressing Starflare anyway, I might as well make it really strong, right? Fuck it. Works for me. Is it priority? No, it's sound type. It's not priority. But it doesn't need to be priority, because I'm not going to be able to do anything with it anyway on the turn of. And it doesn't do damage. Alright, welcome to hell, loser. Here we go! Hope you're ready. It doesn't need to be priority, because again, it doesn't do damage. So there's no reason. It doesn't matter if it goes first or second. However, it makes the move I'm going to use stronger, and that move will be priority. Alright, so this is a trick to this place. Also, there's gold dust fucking everywhere in rocks. You have to follow Orin. But the trick is to go everywhere before that, so you can get everything out of here. Astrology is, though. Anything light. Eika. I don't remember what type she is. Well, she's burned now. See, that looked strong. It was strong. But it did not matter. Evil spirits, vengeful spirits turn into gold. They also turn to things like mercury and arsenic as well. I don't know, that's just what they do. Don't ask me, dude. I guess some days you just get so mad that you combust into dust. These are vengeful spirits. Well, the game calls them evil spirits, but maybe it's one of the same. I don't really know. Anyway, she's part water, so this should kill her. Ah. Never mind. Well, she screwed up. There's Orin. There she is. So I gotta do everything before I talk to her. That's what you do. Phantoms and ghosts are different in Touhou. Yeah. Phantoms are the little balls. But ghosts... Apparently, ghosts don't even know they're dead until it's, like, brought to their attention. And when it is brought to their attention, it's possible that they go mad. They can't comprehend that they're dead, and then they go crazy. So yeah, when you become a ghost, you don't even realize it. That's some rough shit, huh? Imagine being dead and not even knowing it. Wow, that could be a plot for a video game. People on this place did some bad stuff in their past lives. Oh. Oh, wait, that was a good switch I made. Nice. It makes sense to call them Earth Spirits because the Palace of the Earth Spirits is a place, and it's called Chiriden, so, you know, that would be Chiri. Which, it all makes perfect sense! He understands everything. There it is right there. Chide Sweet Bun. Although we call it the Palace of the Earth Spirits because I speak English. But it's probably shorter to just call it Chiriden. Wonder why we do that. I wonder why we do that. Because we call like A-Ente, we call Hakugokuro. Although I guess we don't call the Scarlet Devil Mansion. What's it called? Kyomakan or Kyomakyo? Komakyo. You're poison. I'll drop the hammer on her. But for some reason we don't call Chiriden. Komakyo is the game. Yeah, I know. Komakan, that was it. Yeah, I know it was close to it. We don't call it that. We call it the Scarlet Devil Mansion. And I guess we call the Palace of the Earth Spirits the Palace of the Earth Spirits instead of Chiriden. These clothes are cosplay. Deborah. Yeah, Spell Bubble got new Akatsuki Records DLC, yeah. In English. The White Jade Belvedere. That's Hakugokuro. That's my girl, Yuriko Sadyoshi. Hanging out at the White Jade Boulevard de Belvedere. I guess, yeah, Chiriden and the Komaka are... The Palace of the Earth Spirits and the Scarlet Devil Mansion are definitely more European style, so maybe that just influences the way we pronounce it. similar thing with Marissa's name, actually. I pronounce Marissa's name like Marissa. And I will always pronounce it Marissa unless I'm pronouncing her last name first. In which case she becomes Kirisame Marisa. But if I don't call her Kirisame Marisa, then she's just Marissa. Because try to say Kirisame Marissa and it sounds like I've fucked up. It's really weird. Last word calls Hakugokuro the shrine of the netherworld. I don't really know how it's a shrine. There's no place. It's not a place of worship. And it's not like they watch, you know, Yuyako watches over the spirits of the netherworld, but I don't really understand how it's classified as a shrine. I believe she's fighting fire and she has duel. Yeah, this is Speed so I used this one before. That's gonna hit. Yeah, I don't know about that description. I don't understand what classifies it as a, I don't know what classifies it as a shrine. Yeah, that's the one. Marissa is not a Japanese name, so if you pronounce it Marissa, you're perfectly okay. Imagine if someone gave you shit because you don't pronounce Alice as Arisu. Can you imagine that? Yeah, Marissa and Alice are names. But then when they're pronounced Japanese, like, I think the word is enunciation, they come off as Marisa and Arisu, right? Only the biggest weeb would do that. Well, we're on the internet, you know. I still get comments that are like, why do you pronounce Chirno as Chirno? Like, what is that pronunciation? Like, oh, you mean the pronunciation that English speakers use? Why, are you upset that I left out a syllable? Fuck off, touch grass. Bro, it's Chirino. Yeah, I don't give a shit, it's Chirno. Some people get way too heated about this shit, and it's just annoying. Of course, I made it abundantly clear that the way I pronounce "new" is because I'm having a giggle mite. Nuhuju is what I call Nue, and I will never not call her that, really. Well, I'll call her that. I'll call her the proper name when I'm being professional, but otherwise, that's just Nuhuju. But yeah, some people get real bothered by this kind of stuff, and it's like, just chill out, take a walk. It ain't that serious, dog. I'm a native English speaker. You want me to use the proper enunciation of characters' names perfectly? Like, I'm trying my best, as it is. But come on, man, I don't speak Japanese, I speak English. I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm incredibly lost. Super fucking lost. Where am I? So much for my foolproof trick, huh? Oh no, Duka. It's got some weird names. Siamamru. Horizawa. Tatsuiwa. I try to pronounce things the way I do out of, you know, respect for it and for accuracy. But, like, sometimes I don't speak proper Japanese. Because, shocker, I'm not Japanese. Who'da thunk, right? But I might as well have just... I may as well have just kicked your cat with that statement, huh? It's insane. The Cherno one really gets me, because Cherno's not even a real fucking word. Like, what? You're pronouncing the fake word wrong! Hey, leave. Okay, bye. Son just made that name when drunk. There we go. I am not bilingual, that's for sure. I just try to pronounce it the way that I should pronounce it, and that's it. But as I said, some people just get real hot and bothered by this stuff. And like demand perfection. And it's not, perfection's not happening. Also, the more you tell someone you despise the way they pronounce something, the less they give a shit about correcting it. Because at that point, you're just being a prick. Pronounce it like this. No. I won't. I will now intentionally get it wrong or never correct myself, thereby hindering my own progress of vocabulary just because you were an asshole about it. Yes, this is what we like to call the Chad move. True Chads will take a direct hit to their vocabulary so they can tell someone to touch grass. Remember this. Spite is the ultimate motivator. It's true. There are two things in this world that motivate people, and that is money and spite. This is a story I like. I like this story. I talk about this story every now and again. I had this coworker. So at grocery stores, I don't know if it's the same for every grocery store ever, but in my case, the sales always change on Thursday. So like a sale period is Thursday to Wednesday, and the new sales on Thursday. So there's this customer who would always come in first thing in the morning on Thursday and demand products that were on sale yesterday be given to her at sale price because we hadn't changed the tags yet on the display case. So one of my coworkers who works the morning, whenever she worked on Thursday mornings, she made it a point to change all of those tags instantly as fast as she could, just so that customer couldn't get what she wanted. And I was like, damn, that's work ethic. For a hell of a reason. But it's a good work ethic, right? That shit cracked me up. Because on one hand, she got that shit done quickly and efficiently. And on the other hand, her motivation for doing so was just so she could tell some customer to piss off and so she couldn't get her deal. I was like, that's great. I'm pretty sure I've explored everything here. But, no I haven't. Okay. Mailing, mating, 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 mating. Kurenai Mizusu. You wanna know something about Mailing that's interesting to me? Is that her name is Hong Mailing. But like, I have never called her Mailing Hong. I either call her Hong, or I don't call her Hong at all. I either call her Hong Mailing or Mailing, but I've never called her Mailing Hong because it sounds really fucking weird. Even though like that's partially correct, I suppose. I don't know what it's like for Chinese names though, but for Japanese names, you know, it's like last name, first name. So that's why Reimu is Hakurei Reimu. But, I mean, I read Marissa as Kirisami Marisa so every now and again, but like she's still like her and Alice are fine to read as their first name first. Same with Ramilia. Same with Patchouli, Ramilia. You know, it's just weird. There's just something about certain characters that you can just kind of tell the way you should be pronouncing the order of their names, right? Hong Mailing is the right order. Last name first. Now, I'm pretty sure Mailing's first name is Hong. So her name is Hong Mailing. So first name and last name, which means if you reverse that'd be Mei Ling Hong, right? But I don't know how it works for Chinese names at all. Mystia's first name first, yeah. Mystia Lorelei. Well, you can kind of tell by the name Lorelei, and I guess by extension Mystia, that like that's the way it works. Same with Wriggle Nightbug. On the Touhou Wiki, it actually says the Japanese name in the order as Hong Mei Ling too, though. Oh. So her first name is Mei Ling. And her last name is Hong. Really? Okay. Weird. I had that backwards then. Okay, well, I think I got everything here. So now I can finally go look at Orin. Alright. I thought her first name was Hong. Where am I? I think I did it. Yeah, okay. I honestly didn't know that. I thought for sure that her name was what I had said there, but well, now I know. Now I know, so I have something to forget about later. That's the most important part of gaining knowledge. So you can have something to forget later. This game seems comfy. Well, that's because I'm not doing any battles against important characters. I started the stream and I had to fight a stall team, and I was ready to press the power button. That's for sure. Stall makes me want to commit uninstall. In MGS 1, there's Mei Ling that saves your game all the time, so I just seem like a normal first name. Oh yeah, she's the save girl, right? The one who always drops a Chinese proverb on you. Proverb, I think. Proverb? Maybe both work. Maybe both work. Moon's Reflection. That's Mirror Coat. Bro, I'm setting up. Sing a song of Patrick Star. Stall is so lame! Ding, ding, ding. Winner. And cake you back up front. Write it down before you forget. You should do that with your dreams. By the way, Chad, I had a dream a couple days ago. I don't remember much of the details because I didn't write it down because I, you know, do as I say, not as I do. But here's what I remember. There was a play happening. I was supposed to do something. I was sitting next to someone I don't know. There was a scaffolding on the side. I climbed up it, and there was like a balcony in the room, and there were eggs up there. Not a bunch of eggs, just a couple eggs. And I was like, okay. And then suddenly, in the middle of the entire room, Cloud showed up, and he started fighting Leviathan. Just in the middle of the building. And that's all I remember. That was the end of the dream. There you go. That's that's my dream. There is no explanation. Now perish. Why is there a backdoor entrance here? What the fuck? Bro, they got this shit everywhere, huh? I can't believe you put one in the blazing hell. You know how many people are gonna miss this just because it's in blazing hell? Oh, I'm here! Oh, shit! Oh, whoops. Wait a minute, if I jump off the ledge, I'm stuck in the Rainbow Dragon Cave. Ain't you lost, young one? Do you want me to take care of ya? This place is dangerous for young folks such as yourself. Don't be shy, I won't hurt you. Someone should make a game out of your dreams. I agree! My dreams would be some of the wackest shit ever in a video game. 100%. Stealth trap? What the? Okay, sure. I'm going to crash into you now. Kaboom. A Yume Nikki style game. I have written down a number of them, but there's also a number of them I've forgotten. Unless people clipped them, and then you have access to all my dreams, I'm afraid I don't have them all written down. Remember the one I had about Morshu and Saiyan armor? I told that one on Become Fumo. That one was weird. Oh, she's Steel Wind, I guess. That's all I remember about the dream, is that Morshu was wearing Saiyan armor. He looked good. I only remember the dreams that I wrote down, but there are a couple. There are a couple of dreams that I have remembered without writing them down just because they were so weird. But I've told you all the dreams throughout my my streams, so I'm not hiding anything. Well, I mean, that's not true. But your head is unhinged? I suppose you're capable of taking care of yourself with that strength. My head is unhinged, so I need to be careful with that kind of thing. But I ain't gonna tell you anything dangerous. I'm not going down there, otherwise I have to go all the fuck way back. Whoever made this back door, dick move, bro. Oh, the talisman's still in effect. Did Alice get a job? We decided that she did. The first dream I ever shared was 2 sentences. And it was about Alice looking for part-time work. And then like a year later, I had a dream where I had a lucid dream where I actually knew it was a dream. And like the person in the dream was like, yo, this is a dream. You can do whatever you want. I was like, bitchin'. So I materialized in IKEA and then I woke up. That was all I did in my dream. So yeah, I'm a bit of a fucking idiot, I suppose. But it's alright. I made an IKEA. And now Alice has a job. Alice is CEO now. I don't know, man. I have no idea why I did that, but I did. Wait, Keiki, why? Why are you at 19 HP? Why did you miss? That was such an important move! Well, why would I think of conjuring, I wouldn't think of conjuring up an IKEA either. But I did. Even though I was, like, cognizant of it happening, I suppose. But, like, I guess my brain was still in control a little bit. Because, come on. If I suddenly had access to what was going on in my dreams, I can think of a number of things I would have wanted to do. And one of them definitely wasn't materialized in IKEA. I really don't know where that shit came from. But it happened. And I can't take that back. And I've never had a dream like that since. Someday, maybe I will again. Who knows? There we go. I need these guys all pumped up. Oh, thread. Lame. My hidden desire was revealed to myself in that dream. I've been to an IKEA exactly once. I have zero affiliation with IKEA at all. I don't have an infatuation with it either. But somehow that was what my brain conjured up. Oh. God took away my lucid dreams. He didn't like that. He didn't like that IKEA. I saw Earth, I think. And that one's wind. Wind water, I think. So Thor's hammer is coming down. Yeah, I think I just woke up from the excitement of it. I'm kind of surprised I had enough time to even do that. But you don't expect these things, and then you know, as soon as you realize it, you jolt yourself awake. And you're like, oh, that good thing is over. How great. Goodbye, good thing. Hardly knew ye. Yuyuko would not make a good employee, she would make a good customer. Assuming she pays for the meatballs. I never had their meatballs. I went there once and got a desk. That's it. I went to the food court and they had a bunch of food that did not look appetizing to me, and I didn't see meatballs. So I just didn't buy anything. I had a bottle of water and I was like, okay, we're good. Ka. I don't know what type that move is. I was just looking for a desk. I wasn't looking for anything else. Haven't been back. I bought a nice cheap desk. There was another one I was looking at that looked pretty good. And I was like, wow, it has a bunch of things on it. That'd be good. And I looked at the price tag and I was like, oh, that's kind of expensive. And then I was told I'd have to build it myself. And I was like, you know what? A slab of wood and 4 legs is the greatest desk of all time. You can't beat it. Nothing could beat a desk like that. And that's what I went with. I have a very effectively priced desk, and it is a block of wood on 4 leg. And you know what? It's the best damn block of wood on 4 legs you ever damn see. Hacha! Oh, that didn't do any damage at all. Yams. This isn't very effective. Well, that's 2 KO. Just don't poison me. Yeesh. There we go. I don't really know what influences my dreams, aside from the obvious. But like, I feel like there really is no limits to what goes on upstairs. And it kind of scares me sometimes. Now, I haven't really had a genuine nightmare in a while, so that's good. I remember those shits for life. Fuck, man, why do I remember my nightmares so perfectly? I don't write those down. I don't want anything to do with them. But that nightmare I had in, like, 2nd grade? Yeah, I remember that shit. To the T on detail, mind you. I remember. I don't want to remember. What? Oh, there's Oku. Rin, where'd you go? Oh, man. Why? I did it. I'm already dead, so nothing scares me. I'm terrified of the backtracking I'm gonna have to do now. Kongara. Nighttime fears, nighttime scares. Oh. Wait. You're a steel type. Steels are weak to warp. Why do I keep forgetting this pivotal information? God damn it. Stop smacking around dead people. Oh no, where am I? Oh no, where am I? I can't warp. The closest place to warp is the former capital. That's pretty far away. Oh wait, I think I know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing for October yet. Because it's still September. Not this way. I understand how warp works against steel. It makes sense. You don't even have to explain it to me. But I keep forgetting it is because it seems weird to me that it is in the moment. Every time, without fail. Fire is good against steel. Earth is good against steel. Fight is good against steel. You know, this is all Pokemon stuff. And then warped. What the fuck is warped? Right? What is that shit? It's not a real type. Alright, let me see if I remember how this goes. So I go up here, I go in here. I go here. I go in here. Okay. And then she was up. And then she was to the right. Over here. Yep. And the last spot I saw her was... Oh, I'm out of repels. Shit! No, I didn't buy more! Oh, no. Alright, we're good. Almost. Yugi. Kongara is the rare one here. Well, I guess Oku's also here, but she's also in the courtyard. But she's still probably a rare one here. You need to switch because your ability is starting to get on my nerves. Alright. Well, there you go. Aggressive. And then down. I got it. There you go, we're here. See, we're here. Just gonna make sure I'm prepared for this fight, because if I'm not, I lose. Alright. Jump again. Oh, you want an encore? Oh, what are you doing at a place like this? Just sightseeing? Unfortunately, I can't let you through here. Pretty sure Lady Satori said that no one is allowed through here. If you think I'm being unreasonable, then you have to fight me. Chat, how's her hand doing that? Can you do that? Keep your middle finger and your ring finger together and separate your pinky and your index finger. Can't do that. I can't do that without bending my pinky forward. Alright, this is actually her theme, so it fits. Oh, she just led with herself in its extra form. I saw fire. I saw fire. Interesting. Your wind. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. My gut My gut said wind, and I didn't follow through on that. Oh well. Ultimately, it does not matter. Send out Rin. Speed, Utso. You're firefighting, I know that. Yeah. Her ability is dual, so. Moves cannot miss. However, her pool is basically limited to stab options, so. She's a very situational mon. And yeah, I know you can't switch because you probably have yourself in the back again, and you're still a fire type. I can't spread my pinky that far apart from my ring and middle finger. It's weird. Although I also am missing, there's something in my thumb that seems to be missing. So when I give a thumbs up, my thumb goes sideways. I have a crooked thumb, essentially. Only my left thumb, though. Like, give yourself a thumbs up, chat, and then imagine if your thumb bent at the joint backwards to be like a 90-degree angle, and that's my thumb. It doesn't hurt. It's just allowed to bend that far back. It's weird. Oh, I got beat. Darn. I guess since you fought well, it's alright if you go through. Please. Where's the... Oh! Where's the exit? Oh, you're alive again. Nice. There's the exit. There's the Ren also. So what's over here? No battle, no battle, no battle, no battle. Ah! There are other places I could have been double jointed, but it's only my thumb. Oh well. Win some and you lose some. Burning Stone. Pretty sure that's the one that Flame Orb. I don't remember though. Got a weird fucking thumb. It's only my thumb though. You know what I can't do? I can't loop my tongue. I don't know how people do that. How are you not running? I can't do it. I have no idea how people do that. Alright, well, we're not leaving this fight, apparently. How annoying. Oh well, it's not like I'm gonna run into Rin again anyway. Hello, cat. Looks like you arrived safely. Lady Tori told me to guide you, but I kinda got lost. Up ahead is the underground geyser center, so be careful. So you don't battle her, but she does have... Oh, another Rin. She actually does have a post-game fight. She has a post-game fight, so you can come back here and fight her if you want, but it's kind of out of the way. So I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't know that. There we go. Excellent. Now, I'm actually going to stop here, chat, because there's a section coming up that, not necessarily long, but it's been about 2.5 hours, and I'm kind of expecting to finish the third case of Aya today. So I want to give myself a little more time for that, just in case. Because if I start this next part now, I might not be able to finish it within 3 hours, so it's probably best I stop here. And you know what? I got a lot of progress done. I beat a bunch of I beat a bunch of inserts. How many have I beaten so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, 7. They had things to them. It says, I am the original demon god, kneel before me. Luck is on your side, you can do it. Cleanse this world. Hear my song. Always up for a good fight. The bullet has been dodged. What? I see. I see. Alright, I'm done. Excellent. So next time I play this game, I'm gonna finish the underground portion. I don't remember what comes after the underground portion, actually. If I'm correct, I believe it's the heading to the last route I can even explore. But I'm not really sure. I think I'm getting close to finishing the main story though, which is kind of cool. But my levels have hit 70, which is definitely not where the levels are supposed to be at this point, but I am on challenge mode, so I expect them to be pretty much capped by the end of it, which means I might actually, I might actually have to take advantage of the, well, actually, I'll be able to take advantage of the reincarnation feature and actually build teams with proper IVs and stuff as well, which I expect the challenge mode game is gonna want me to do that anyway. So, I can rebuild the team to be better with the information that I have learned. Streamer has critical information and he can use it to his advantage. Or I could not and just lose over and over again. Really, whatever makes for better content in the end, right?